Hello everyone. This is Satvik here. I hope you are having a great day, and also welcome to the second day of cybersecurity for beginners workshop or anything you call it. Okay, so as I told you, yesterday we had covered like a bit introduction part. Like if you are learning English, it is they are like alphabets. Okay, we had covered something like introduction to cybersecurity, a bit information regarding networking as well as cryptography, and I also had given you assignment to install the Kali Linux, okay, or Paratois or anything, and also I had requested you to get familiar with the platform and look for some commands. I hope you had done that. As I told you yesterday, as I promised you yesterday, that today it's completely going to be a practical kind of session. Okay, so we'll do everything live. Okay, so and also guys, before starting, so everything that I'm going to show are only for educational purpose. This doesn't mean to harm anyone. Okay, so we'll start right now. Let me share my screen. So I hope you can see my screen, right? So let me confirm a bit. So I hope it is visible right now. So this is my Kali Linux, guys. Okay, so this is my Kali Linux. As I told you, you can have any operating system or any hacking kind of operating system. It is completely your choice. Okay, and I'm also having an attacking machine, like a machine that I'm going to attack for today, because it is not fair or ethical to attack anyone. Okay, without their consent. If you do that, then you are going to face some issues. Okay, so now coming back, so this is my Linux machine, and this is my Kali Linux machine, and another machine is also available. So the topics that we're going to cover today are: the first one, information gathering, and the second one is the scanning. So before going to scanning, so we'll discuss about information gathering. So let me open my notepad over here. Information gathering, so it is also called as reconnaissance, okay, or you can call it recon. Okay, so information gathering, as the name suggests, let's think you want to hack me, or if you want to hack if my laptop, or if you want to hack some like google.com, if you want to hack Google, Microsoft, or anything else. Before diving in, you need to know what the particular person or the company is having of, like, you if you have it is not like if you have military, you can't always go and fight on another nation. You don't know what the opponent is capable of, right? You don't know what are the powers of the opponent. Okay, so it is better to know about them, like trying to find out some information about them before starting an attack on them. Okay, so this is all about the topic, and there are some important topics, like there are some two sections in the reconnaissance. Okay, there's something called as active recon and passive recon. I'll give you a simple example. Let's think you want to hack me. Okay, so you can come like a fake person and you can chat with me. Okay, impersonating some other person, and you can get some information from me, or you can simply find out some information about me from Google, okay, or any other publicly available sources. Okay, so if you are coming in contact with me, and if you are trying to gather information by staying in touch with me, then it is called as active recon. Okay, and the passive recon is like you are trying to find out the information that is available on internet regarding me. Because see, here I'm not involving with you in order to provide my information, but in the active recon I am providing the information uh, by my consent only. Okay, so that's the difference. But most of the time we do active recon. Okay, but passive recon is also helpful. We'll cover every possible topic over here. Okay, so yep, save your doubts, guys. Okay, we'll discuss them later. So now coming back to my machine. Okay, Now coming back to my machine, so this is my Linux as I told you, and I'm going to open my browser over here. And the first topic we are going to cover today is uh, Google docking. So Google docking. So let me give you a brief. So everyone of us uses Google. So if you don't know something, you simply open Google and you type it, and Google searches some results and provides to us, right? But that is an inefficient way. But you can use Google so that you can optimize the search results that you want to see. Okay, see, basically if you type some name, you will get the results from that only, but you can try to optimize the results that you want to see. Like if you want to see some uh, PDF files available, or if you want to see the information only from a particular site, or you can uh, add some things so that the search results will be optimized. Okay, so let me open my browser over here, and I'm going to google.com. So as the name suggests, we need to be on Google, right? So if you want to search about Microsoft, you can simply type or we'll go with Tesla. You can simply type Tesla, and this is how the page looks like. You can see some results from tesla.com. Okay, you can see some results from what you call this Wikipedia, and you can see some interesting and some news regarding this particular company. Okay, but let's as a hacker, we don't need to we don't want all the data other than uh, Tesla. Like, see, if you want to find out information regarding Tesla, finding out the information from tesla.com or from their own sources is always reliable. Okay, but you can't always trust something like some Reddit news or Twitter news or anything like that, or some other stuff, right? So then you what you can do is, so you can simply do a thing called site colon tesla.com. So the thing this particular thing is called as a Google doc. Okay, this is called as doc. This particular statement is called as doc. So what I'm doing, I'm looking for all the results that are only with the domain tesla.com. Okay, so you can see now all the results are optimized, and you can see www.tesla.com. You can see some various domains that are related to tesla.com. Okay, you can see shop.tesla.com and various kinds of things, and you can see we had optimized the results from like millions of results to only 10 pages. Okay, so that is what we had done over here. Okay, and one more thing you can do is, see, if you want to find out some particular string or particular text in a URL. So if you want to ask me, if you want to know URL, so this particular thing is a URL, and in this URL you find some various terms over there. So I'll show you something. So in URL, and you can hit colon, and you can type admin, or you can simply type login, and let's see, let's get all the results from tesla.com, right? So what I'm looking for, I'm looking for all the login pages of tesla.com. Okay, so you can use a multiple of them. Okay, so you can see all these are login forms. So you can click over something of them, and you can see some of them doesn't allow you because they do some filtering kind of stuff of IPs. Okay, you can see all the results which are having a URL, a login, particular text in the URL, as well as the things that are from site tesla.com. Okay, and one more cool thing you can do is you can have something like in text. Okay, and you can something type so what it is going to do is, it is this particular doc is going to look for password. See, if you open some web page like this, and you are going to definitely find out some text, right? Some words or some things like that, right? So what this particular in text doc looking for is, it is looking for the mention of this particular password, this particular word in any of the, you can see the web saving login and password. So this might not be relevant, but what I'm trying to show you is, this is how you can optimize your search results. Okay, so as always, you can use multiple of them. And also one more important thing is, let's think, if you type a name like Tesla, like if you type Sai Satvik. Okay, so like I'm doing a person, you can see there are various terms coming over there that are similar as well. But if you enclose something in quotes, then it strictly look for Sai Satvik. Okay, so if you look for the previous results, you can see 71,200 results have been fetched. But if you add quotes and if you hit enter, you can see only 6,000 results. So what we are trying to do, we are optimizing the stuff. Okay, so this is how you can do a basic thing. And also there is an important thing you can look for. So let's think, we'll be looking on tesla.com, and the file type we can look for is a PDF. So what it is going to look for, it is going to look for all the PDF files of tesla.com. Let me hit enter. You can see these are all these PDF what you call PDF files. You can read them if you understand, because it is not in English. Okay, so you can try to find out, or you can change something to PPT. Okay, if it is not there, then it will not show. You can simply type text. You can see a robots.txt file is coming. And guys, this part there need to be a special mention for this robots.txt. Okay, so what this robots.txt file consists of is, these are some folders of a website. Okay, so every website, so let's think this tesla.com is a website, and this robots.txt is a file in that particular website. Okay, so what it is going to look for is, it is going to block some user agents. So let's as of now we are using Google. Okay, so what this robots.txt tells is, it requires the particular agent. As I told you, in this particular case we are on Google. Okay, so it tells the Google to not show these results on the home page. Okay, it is asking us to not fetch these results. Okay, so that is what the robots.txt file. But if you play a little bit of capture the flags and stuff, then you'll definitely find interesting, because those contain some important information, like some hidden stuff and anything like that. Okay, so okay, yep, so that is the basic thing of Google dorking. And there are many things, guys. I had only mentioned few, like in URL, in text, file type. Okay, and you can add a hyphen. Let's think Satvik. Okay, and you can add a hyphen to delete something. Green.com. So what I'm going to look for is, if you add a hyphen, it is like a minus. Okay, you are asking Google to only show few results, only show the results that are not from linkedin.com. Okay, and with the particular thing Satvik available. Okay, so that is how the things happen. Okay, and we'll go to the interesting stuff as well. I hope you stay tuned. Okay, so those are some basic things, but as always, no one remembers everything, right? No one remembers everything. So that is the reason there is something called as Google hacking database. So you can simply type Google hacking database, right? So yep, you can see Google hacking database. And being frank, you can't open this particular site on every website, every network, because if you're on college Wi-Fi or anything like that, this particular website is blocked by default. Okay, uh, hope I'm having the same issue. Okay, so it is showing me some data. Let me try it on my home browser. So I think so the server is down. I think so. It is showing me some JSON stuff. We'll reload it once again. It is not showing up. That's fine. But what you can do is, in URL you can simply type for webcam. Okay, so you can look for stuff. Okay, I think the exploit DB, sorry, the Google hacking database website is down. I think so. Can anyone confirm me, guys? I think so. This particular site is down. I think so. Then we'll see something. Yep, I got it as well. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the stuff. Okay, I think there could be some issue on my side. I'm really sorry for that. And this part, if you access to the Google hacking database, and really thank you for confirming or for acknowledging me. I hope the session will be in a TCP mode rather than a UDP mode. Okay, so here in the quick search, you can simply type for something like webcam. Okay, so you can simply type for anything, and these, as I told you, all these are called as docs. Okay, you can simply copy any one of them. And also, guys, as I told you, everything are only for the educational purpose. Let me enter, and you can open any webcam that is available. So these are webcams. You can see this is like a webcam. Okay, or it can be like a CCTV footage or anything like that. Okay, so we got an access to that. You can see various sources over here. You can see this is a traffic over here. Okay, so through the help of Google Dorking, we are able to see some webcam. Like we are able to see a place where some people are going over there, a road. Okay, I haven't done anything. I simply searched for webcam over in this quick search, and you can see the results are coming over here. Okay, so we look for every webcam, and let's see. I think I don't know where this country is. So but you can see these are like a CCTV footage. Okay, these are the CCTV footage of some country. Okay, so that is it, guys. You can see there are various things over there. There are like several of them. Sometimes the administrators or the people who are having these particular webcams doesn't enclose them properly. Okay, so these gets exposed like this. Okay, but if you want to, like, these are like free to anyone can watch these things, but it should not be everywhere. Okay, you can see this is a home and this is some personal stuff. So while so that's the reason you need to choose or pick up some good service. Okay, every time. So that is it, guys. And here you can search for everything. Like you can type for SQL. You can try some various docs available. Okay, and try to find your luck. Okay, sometimes you might find some juicy stuff, sometimes you might find some various kinds of stuff. Okay, so make sure you do them on your own risk. Okay, and make sure all the things you're doing are only for educational purpose. Okay, so yep, so that is it. So we had covered the Google Dorking as of now. uh, so the next one we will be covering is let me close my browser. So first of all, we will be coming to something like this. Okay, so let's think we are in a network, right? We are in a network, and as you can see, I'm in a network where Kali Linux and Metasploitable are available. So in order to find out, okay, in order to find out what are all the other devices that are available in your network other than yours, then there's a simple command. Okay, so arp-scan and -l. Okay, so this arp-scan is a tool and -l is an option. So you can simply hit enter, and you can see this particular thing. So this is my IP address. You can see my interface is Ethernet. Okay, and my IP address is 192.168.128.30, and you can see this particular, the first two, this one is the IP of my router, and this one is a broadcast address, and this is the device that is available on my network. Okay, so I hope you got it clear. So what I had done is I had seen what are all the devices that are in my network. So even it is an information gathering. Okay, so before starting an attack on anyone, you need to know the IP address in the network. Okay, so that is how a basic thing works and looks like. So now coming to the second one. So And even the Google docking, as I told you previously, it is a passive recon. Okay, we are trying to find out information that is freely available on the internet. Now we'll go to something interesting. So there is something called as OSINT. So there is something called as OSINT. So this is nothing but open source intelligence. So open source intelligence is something where you try to find out the information that is available freely on internet. And even this is a passive recon. Okay, and even Google docking is a passive one. Okay, so guys, today I'll be covering this information gathering and scanning. And if there is a possibility, I'll give you a brief introduction of our Metasploit. And then tomorrow we'll start the exploitation and we'll wind up the session. Okay, so OSINT. So for OSINT, there are some various ways, guys, and even Google docking comes under the OSINT. Okay, but the one we are looking today is the one tool that we are looking for today is called as Profiler. So this is a tool. So as I told you, this Kali Linux have some various tools out there, and uh, those are really good. And there are some other tools as well developed by other persons. Okay. Yep. So okay. Uh, okay, then that's fine. Okay, so let me open my Kali. So the reason that I had insisted you to install a Kali Linux or Parrot OS is in order to install these tools, it would be fine. So the tool that we are going to discuss today is Profiler, an OSINT tool. So this helps you in tracking a person. Okay, I'll show you how this works. Okay, so let me open my terminal. So in Linux, everything is terminal based. Okay, I hope you can see my uh, font. I think so. Right. So the installation for that is you need to have a Python 3. So you can do sudo apt install python 3 hyphen pip. Okay, sorry, python 3 hyphen pip, and then you will have your python 3 installed on your Kali Linux or anything else. Even though I am root, I'm having something called as sudo. If you had seen some commands on Linux, so sudo is like a keyword in order to have some administrator privileges or root privileges. Okay, so you need to install that, and to install this tool, process is pretty simple. Pip3 install Profiler. You can hit enter and it is going to do the thing. So I think it is done. Okay. So process of using this tool is simple. And also guys, if you have any tool with you and if you want to know how this tool works, so you can simply type the tool name. In my case, it is Profiler, and you can simply have an option help. Okay, hyphen help, and it is going to show out all the options that are supported. Okay, so the only important thing is hyphen p, and we'll start right into it. So let's think, if you want to find out information about me, so you can simply type Sai Satvik. You can give spaces over here. Okay, so this is the, I'm trying to find out the information regarding this person through the help of this tool. Okay, so you can simply hit enter over here, and here you can see these are some various options, guys. Like you can see in a normal way, you can see like people generally add like Sai dot Satvik and Sai hyphen Satvik or Sai underscore Satvik. You can choose an option, and you can see a pointer over here, so you can put that down. Okay, and if you want to select an option, you can simply hit space. Okay, or you can, after that you can hit enter, and now you can see it is looking for all the possible options. Like it is trying to find me out on any platform that is available. Let's think it is on rootme, or it is looking me for a domain. It is trying to find out the emails of mine. Okay, it is trying to look over that particular person on some various platforms like Daily Motion or anything like that, right? You can see on hacker news, you can see on hosting websites, on media, and etc etc everything, right? So after selecting some options, if you want to select an option, simply hit space. Even you can unselect it by simply hitting space. And after selecting everything, you can simply hit enter, and then it will be, this particular tool is going to look for every possible thing on various platforms. Yes, you can do it manually, but since this would help most of the people, so I'm going with this thing. Okay, so you can see it is trying to find out this particular person on Twitter. So it had found some persons with the username Sai, and it found on Sai Satvik, right? And also on, it is trying to look for all the possible patterns or permutation. My collection of tools, I'll interact in between. Yep, there are many tools. See, guys, as a hacker, what you need to learn is you need to have an ideology. See, let's think I got a person. Let's think there is a person called as aspirant guy. I don't know exactly his name. So what I'm going to do is I'll try to find out his name, and I'll try to find out about him through OSINT, or it could be from anywhere. Okay, you can do OSINT in various ways. It's like you're trying to find out the information that is already available on the internet. Okay, so these tools help you. Okay, these tools help you in achieving these tasks. Okay, you can do it manually, you can do it anything. You need to have a methodology or idea on how to do anything. Okay, then you can find out various tools. You can simply search for Google, and you can find out your stuff. Okay, so you can see it is looking me for domains as well, right? It may take some time, guys, it may take some time, but it is going to provide the information, right? Yep, you can do OSINT on your own as well. Okay, and you can try to find out what is the possible information that is being leaked. See, most of the time OSINT is like you can simply search the name on Google, and you'll try to find out what are all the possible information, right? You can look for my profiles over internet. Okay, you can look for various kinds of things that are related to me, and you can get some various information that you can ever see. Okay, I haven't done OSINT on anyone, but yes, you can see these are all the possible Gmails that are available, and also some Facebook and stuff. Okay, so this is a basic tool. You can have many tools. Okay, but it is up to you. Okay, so we had covered the profiler, and now what we'll be going to see is so now we'll see something called as website information. So website information, let's think. See, till now we had seen some basic information, and this particular OSINT is regarding a person. Okay, you can find out some persons. Google dorking can be sometimes both for a person as well as for someone else. Okay. Now what we are going to see is regarding websites. Okay, so let's navigate to a website. So let's go to tesla.com. Let me hit enter. So whenever you are navigating to a website, or if you want to test a website, like you can see bug bounty hunting and stuff. So in order to test any website, you need to know what this website is built on, or what the server, on what thing this particular thing is built on. So for that, there is a cool tool called as whatweb. So whatweb, and you can simply provide the name of the website, and this particular tool is going to provide you what it is all over. Okay, you can see some information, like country it is available on, and you can see the server, the HTTP server is big IP, and you can see the Drupal 8 server is being used. Okay, you can see some various information. Okay, you can see some various information like this with the help of the website, with the help of this tool as well. And the process is simple: what web space, and you need to provide the domain name, okay, like tesla.com, google.com, microsoft.com, anything else. And there is also an extension called as vapalizer. Okay, there is something called as vapalizer, and since I'm on Firefox, I need to have some Firefox extension. This is an extension, guys, you can install on your stuff. So, guys, hold your question. So, what I'm thinking of is I'll be stopping the teaching part at 8:20 or 8:20 most probably, and I'll try to solve your questions. Okay, so let me. I'm okay with that. Let me reload this site. And if you click on this extension vapalizer, you can see what on what are the technologies that are used to build this particular website. Okay, you can see that Drupal 7, the PHP is a programming language, it is being used here. The bot that is being used is Akami. Okay, and also various things available over here. So this is some basic information. Now coming to it, so let's think you are trying to hack tesla.com, or you are doing testing on tesla.com. See, you can't do anything without finding the IP address. Okay, so in order to find an IP address, right, you can simply do a ping to tesla.com, and you can simply hit enter, and you can do control C, and you can see this is the IP address of tesla.com. Okay, so with the help of this IP address, you can do a lookup. Let me explain you that. So there is a website called as who is lookup, like who is lookup or anything else. So who is lookup is something like the information that is available of the person who registered that site. See, let's think every website is going to get registered, right? So what this particular who is lookup is like the information that is available regarding an IP address. You can simply paste the IP address and you can simply search for that. And you can do an I'm not a robot. And let me hit go. And you can see the information regarding this. You can see something like the IP location, the location of this IP, which is in United States. You can see who is the organization that had bought this particular IP address is tesla.com. Okay, and you can see the registrar's mail. You can see some mails over here, that you can see some mails over the person mde sai at the rate of teslamotors.com, and some possible information. So this is how you can do a who is lookup on a website or any others. Okay, so that is a thing. So let me note that down here as well. So we had seen website information, website technologies, and the second one we had seen for a who is lookup IP address. And if you are having any doubts, you can simply post over here. And if you know all this stuff, don't waste time here, guys. Go and do uh, go and practice all this stuff, okay, on Try Hack Me or Hack the Boss. Don't waste time, okay. And we had also seen who is lookup, right? So this is these are the things that we had seen. And there are some information, some information like subdomains as well. So let's think, let me show you an example. We'll also see how we can see the subdomains of something like uh, subdomains. Okay, see, subdomains are like, let's think tesla.com is a domain, then shop.tesla tesla.com is a subdomain. Is a okay? Is a subdomain. So these are some subdomains. Okay, so every website are going to have some subdomains. So the tesla.com will act as a home page. The shop.tesla.com is going to have something like shopping features and stuff. Okay, so that is how these subdomains are organized. So it is like organizing your books in every possible shelves. Okay, you're okay. So now we'll see how you can find out all the domains or the subdomains of a website. So there is a tool called as Sublister, and this tool is available on Kali Linux by default. And everything you need to do is, before, you need to look for the options, right? You need to look for the options, and you can after knowing the options, you can simply provide the domain. And let me look for tesla.com, let me hit enter. Okay, so Sublister, and there are many tools, because as I told you, I'm only showing few tools, but there are thousands of tools that are available which does the same thing. So it is all in your hands to figure out. So you can see all these websites are owned by Tesla. Okay, so you can find out to, you can open any one of these website and you can try to look for any bugs or issues over there. Okay, you can do that. Okay, so this is how you can find the subdomains. Even that is like an information gathering. Okay, and we had seen that with the help of Sublister. As I told you, there are many tools, tons of tools, and I'm only showing you the methodology how to do it. Okay. Yep. So the third one is finding emails. I think though the fifth one, I think so. Yes, finding emails. So I'll show you how you can find emails of any particular website that I will see. Let's think, if you take a tesla.com, then there are going to be emails with let me take like Satvik at the rate tesla.com, or Elon Musk at the rate tesla.com. Okay, you can find emails like that. So I'll show you. There are some tools as well. There is something called as the harvester. Okay, so and also guys, make sure you note these commands and stuff. Okay, and I think this series will going to be available on YouTube. So make sure, if you're having any doubt, you can come back and you can see how you can do that. Okay, so you can simply type the harvester and hyphen hyphen help, so that you can view all the options that this particular thing is going to have. And one we are going to look for is the domain. Okay, so let me hit Control L, and let me provide the options, which is like tesla.com. Dot onion, no. See, the reason why dot onion doesn't work is these websites, these tools are going to use Google and some services. Okay, and they can't show you dot onion websites. Okay, so that's a different thing. So yep, you can see I haven't found a single email yet here. I'll try on some others. uh, Microsoft.com. I think I messed up. It haven't found. Sometimes these tools doesn't work. Further, there is something called a website called as hunter.io. I think I spelled the spelling wrong. Hunter.io. Okay, there is a website called as hunter.io, and here you can provide the company like Tesla, and you can, it is going to fetch you the results that are available. Okay, and uh, with the help of the source as well. Okay, so for that you need to sign up, and you can see, you can try to find out all the emails that are associated. And if you found some emails, right, let's think, let me go to this. Let's think you got some email. Okay, let's think you got an email, and the one possible thing you can see when you got an email is you can see whether any passwords has been leaked regarding that particular email or not. Okay, so there is a website for that as well. It is called as have I been tuned, and yeah, or knockby. You can use tools. If you want, I'll tell you some tools alternatives as well. Okay, so no worries, we'll discuss it at the end of at the last 10 minutes. Okay, the only thing I'm going to show you are few, but uh, we'll see everything possible, right? You can simply provide the mail rate tesla.com, and you can simply tesla.com, and you can simply hit uh, check, and you can see whether if it is puned or anything else. Then you can find the passwords, okay, available on the internet, and you can try to brute force, or you can try to do any kind of stuff like that. Okay, so that is a thing, possible thing. And I think that comes to the end of some basic information gathering regarding websites. Okay, so let me see what is the next one. I think so. These are some basic things regarding the information gathering. So there it is like 3 minutes is available. So you can ask your questions. Okay, you can ask your questions, and I'll try to help you out till now on information gathering. And also, guys, the tools that I had shown are only few. Okay, there are some tons of tools that are available. Domain path, it is coming. Prabhakaran, it is coming. So domain path, like, I hope you are looking for folders and files, right? So I'll show you it. It will be covered in the scanning part. Okay, so it will be coming up next, so no worries regarding that. Okay, so I'll show you how you can do that. Okay, any more questions? Still 3 minutes are there. See, don't spam. Okay, as I told you, I'll tell you, no need of spamming anything. Doing assignment, yes, but wiki wiki, you can have installed on mobile as well. There are some ways you can install them on mobile. Okay, as I told you, if you want to find your email id has been pwned or not, you can go to have I been pawned, and you can enter your mail, and you can check whether your particular like previous passwords or anything are leaked. Okay, if you find anything leaked, then make sure you change your password. Okay, yeah, directory scanning, I'll tell you that, no issues. Burp suit, yes, we'll be covering that if there is a time, but I have some resources that I can give you on burp suit. Okay, yep, so I think we can start it. See, there are various tools. Okay, see, the time is very limited. The reason why I'm here is to help you out. Okay, like to teach you some basics on how a hacker thinks or how you should think. Okay, it is not like for if you know some little bit information on this, then you can definitely put your skills on internet, and you can like on ctfs or anything like that, and you can improve your skills. Okay, it is not like uh, you should listen everything once again. Okay, if you know something, you can put your skills. Okay, and also one best thing that I can suggest you is, don't always learn, just learn it, put your skills into the practical stuff. That is going to make some impact. Okay, see, no need of all those. You need to mention them in the community. Okay, if you're having any doubts, you can mention in the community. If you're having any assignments, you need to mention them in the community. Okay, so no need to do all those things. So now, with all this, I hope I had given you some information. See, the whole point I covered this 45 minutes is that how to gather some information. Okay, you can have your own methodology, you can have your own tools. Okay, the one thing I'm showing you is how things are done. Okay, how things are done and how things can be done. This is just a way. Like if you take a coding, you can solve a same question in thousands of ways. Anyway, it is a solution, right? So that is how things are get done. So yep, we'll go ahead with scanning part. Okay, I hope I'm clear with this information gathering and recon section. So now we'll go ahead with scanning part. Okay, so we have like 45 minutes, one more 45 minutes, and we'll be done. Okay, so scanning. So previously, what we had done, we tried to find out some information regarding the person, whether it could be a verbal chat. Okay, it can be also verbal chat, or it can be some using some tools. Okay, it can be through any means you found some information. And let's think you found some information regarding me, like that I'm using a laptop, or that I'm using a mobile phone or tablet or anything like that. So this particular scanning step is going to help you in order to find the vulnerability. Okay, see, for me right now, the vulnerability is coronavirus. Okay, so you found out that my vulnerability is coronavirus. Okay, so what you try to do, you try to do some magic or anything like that, and you try to inject coronavirus into my body, and then I get affected. So that is a case. So what you try to do is you try to find out what are the vulnerabilities of a system. So the system can be a computer, a personal computer, or a mobile phone, or a tablet, or a server, or it can be anything. Okay, so what you try to do in scanning, you try to find out the information. Okay, you try to find out the vulnerabilities that are available. Okay, so I'll quickly brief scanning for vulnerabilities. Okay, so that is what scanning does. Okay, so in scanning section, we'll see something like we'll start first of all with scanning directories, looking for the directories, and then nmap, and then nicto, and then akinetics. Okay, so we'll cover these sections. The first one, looking for files or folders in a website. Okay, so this is how you can do. So let me this is what we're going to do in the first part. Okay, so let me open my terminal once again. So let me enlarge this a little bit, and now let me go to my Firefox, and let me open something called as dir search. So we are going to use a tool called dir search. So what we're trying to do is we are trying to find out the folders or the files that are available on a website. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. Right, so I'm going to open this particular website, and this is a GitHub repository. And if you are familiar with GitHub, we need to clone this particular thing into our system. Right, so let me go to my desktop. So cd into my desktop, and I'm going to clone that there. And so it is installing. Okay, it will take a while. So I'm looking away from the chat section because it is little bit spammy. Okay, so I'll cover everything, guys. No worries, no need to worry. I'll cover almost all the information that you require. So no issues in that. Okay, so as I told you, we are cloning this. So git and clone, and I'm pasting the URL of the particular GitHub repository, and it is installing. Okay, so it right now installed. And if you do an ls, and I can navigate to the directory of dir search, right? And you can, if you do an ls, you can find something called as dirsearch.py, which is a Python script. Okay, so what I'm going to do, Python 3 dir search, and if you hit a tab, dir and tab, it is going to auto complete, and you can simply do hyphen help, so that you can see all the options. The one option that we use is, see guys, there are thousands of options here, but only few options we are going to use for the sake of this video. Okay, so there is some important option called as -u url. For the url -u, and I'm going to look for tesla.com. So I'm going to copy the whole URL guys here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to paste it over here. Let me hit enter. So what this particular div search is going to do is it is looking for all the files and directories. And guys, if you are working on some big companies like Tesla or anything else, so they start stopping your requests. Okay, so we are sending requests to every possible thing out there. Okay, so sometimes you can see these are all the files that are available, and the 403 code says it is not available, and 200 means it is available. Like js.php file is available, so you can do something like js.php, and you can try to find out. You can see it is like a some information is available over here, right? Right, so that is how the things get done, and it is going to take a long time guys, because tesla.com is not a small website. Okay, it is not a small website. It is going to take a longer time than as usual, the longer time than usual. So if you want to exit any tool, control C would be fine. Okay, control C would be fine, and it gets your thing done. Okay, yep, so it is done. So what I had shown you right now is that I had shown you to scanning for files and directories in a website. Okay, in a website, or it can be anything. Okay, so yep, now coming to the second one that I'm going to cover, and there is also something called as derb. As I told you, there are various tools, GoBuster, various tools are there. I'll even cover the derb, dirb, and you can simply provide the URL here, and it is going to do the thing. It is testing for all the possible files that like it is brute forcing the files. Okay, as we are brute forcing usernames and passwords, these tools are brute forcing these terms, like attaching. You can see they are attaching at the end of the website, and they are checking whether they are available or not through the help of source code, codes, http status codes. You can simply type http, let me do http status codes. There are some various codes. Okay, for 200 means available, 300 means redirection. Okay, 400 means some error, 500 means some server error. Okay, so based on that, these tools are working. Even if you are a good programmer, you can do that. It is not a big deal. It is not a big deal at all. I had developed few of them which are fast and efficient. Okay, you can code this, as I told you how these are getting done. Yeah, you can try smaller sites, but since it is most interesting, Tesla is most interesting, I had seen that. Okay, I had used that. So coming to that, we had covered using Dirtbuster and Derp. Okay, so yep, so now we'll be talking about a tool called as Nmap. So Nmap, also called as network mapper. So this is like a god. This tool has a lot of importance in the field of cybersecurity. Whether you do a capture the flag, whether you do a bug bounty hunting, whether you do any kind of penetration testing or any kind of thing, make sure you need to know this tool, because this is such an important tool. Okay, so the main usage of this Nmap is to scan. Its main purpose is to scan. Okay, its main purpose is to just scan stuff. Okay, so if you are on Kali Linux, if you are on any Linux, not on any Linux, but if you are on any hacking distribution like Kali Linux or Paratois or anything like that, then Nmap is available by default. And being frank, there are some books like 500 to 600 pages books available on this particular topic. Okay, so this is not a small topic. And also guys, all the topics that we had covered, like if you take a cryptography, it is a subject in an engineering. Okay, if you take networking, even it is a subject. Okay, this Nmap, there are some books written over there. If you take Metasploit, there are some books written over there. Everything is a complex thing, but what you need to develop is a methodology. You need to have what you need to know what you want to do, so that you can implement it by using of any tools. Okay, so you can see options. There are thousands, many hundreds of options, I think so. No, not hundreds, and tens of options. You can see what it is porting. Like you can do a OS scan, you can try to find out the OS, but what it requires is nmap requires a IP address so that it functions properly. Okay, so in the previous case, as I told you, metasploitable is our machine, so that we'll try to scan on that. Okay, so you can do some various scans over there. Let me hit Control L. And I had, if you remember in the starting of the video, I had covered a tool called as ARP scan -L. So what it is going to do, it is going to scan. Okay, it is going to scan all the devices and try to find out their IP addresses available in that network, in the network that we are available. Okay, so we can do that by nmap -sn, and you need to provide the IP address, IP range or subnet. Okay, so this is my subnet. So subnet is like a similar concept available, like similar to an like NAT. Okay, so where you try to do, what you try to do is you try to uh, break this some IPs into some networks. Okay, you take an IP, you make it as a public address, and you can form some private addresses following it. Okay, so that is the thing. So you can see my host address will be, or the host address will be, my network range will be 192.168.128, and then following by some numbers. So these are like host IDs, and this is like some IDs for access points or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is 2.168.128 dot star, and I can hit enter. So it is going to sweep the network. So sweeping means it is trying to find out all the devices that are available. You can see it found out an IP 192.168.1.2.132.150 254 and dot 130. So 130 is our own, 254 is the broadcast address, and 2 is the address of the access point, and this one is the address of my home machine, which is my Windows machine. Okay, so you can see that, and you can see this is the IP address. Let me copy this IP address, and this is the IP address of the metasploitable, or the machine that I'm going to hack. Okay, so let me do a clear my terminal, and let me do a basic scan. So what you can do is nmap, and you can hit you can paste the IP address of the machine that you want to scan for. You can simply hit enter, and you can see this is how the output looks like, guys. You can see the port. Yesterday we had discussed about the port, as well as some TCP and UDP concepts and the services. You can see this particular machine metasploitable is having port 21 open, and the service running is FTP. Okay, you can see what are all the ports that are open over in this machine, on this machine, that are available. Okay, so that is a thing. And so one thing you can do is you can look for the versions. Let's think you are having a Windows, right? So as of now, my Windows version is uh, Windows version 21H1. So if you are not updated, if you haven't updated your software, or if you haven't keeping yourself up to date, if you're not upgrading your operating system, then there could be some vulnerabilities which can be hacked. Okay, so this particular -sv option helps you looking for the version of the particular service that is running. Okay, so the option is -s capital V. Okay, SN means it is like a sweep network, like we are doing sweeping the network. That's how you remember. And -SV is like version scan. You can simply hit enter, and now with the ports, it is also going to show you the version of the particular service. Okay, you can see now, if you had compared to the previous, you can see you can even find the version like Most of the times you can in capture the flags, you can simply search for the version and you might find an exploit. Okay, exploit is something that can be attacked. That is a software that can be used to attack a machine. Okay, so you can see these are all the versions that we can see find out. So you can simply google them if you want to find out. Like, the process is really simple. Let me copy that. You can google that, like, and adding something called exploit, and you can see there are some exploits available to exploit this particular machine. So I'll show you how you can do that in the upcoming part. Okay, so as of now we'll focus on scanning. Okay, so this is a term like -sv, right? So, and one more thing, IP is active. See, the IP is active. See, when you scan a sweep, or when you try to find out the IPs that are available in the network. So first of all, check IP is active or not. The first thing is ping. That's the basic thing. Without pinging, you can't do anything. Okay, so that is the basic thing. Net discover, there, as I told you, there are tons of tools. We can keep on talking about these tools. And also, guys, this particular nmap is going to only look for one first 10,000 ports only. Okay, only 10,000 ports, the first 10,000 ports only. But you can crank up to something like -p with the help of option -p. You can look for 1 to 1024. Okay, you can do that. That's fine. 192.168.128.132. So what I'm going to look for is, I'm going to look for only ports from 1 to 1024. Okay, so yep, that is the thing. And even though if you want to scan for whole 65,000 ports, okay, you can simply specify -p hyphen, and you can simply hit enter. So it is going to look for all the 65,535 ports. You can see even there are some services that are running even on 60,000th port number, as well as some services names and stuff. You can keep on adding the options. Okay, and there is something called a stealth scan. So I don't know why it is called stealth scan, because as the name suggests, it is little bit stealthier. Stealth means if you try to use that thing, it is going to make some less noise, and it is going to make things happen like in a James Bond way. Okay, so the thing gets the work gets done, and you might find out something like, you might get your work done. Okay, so you can simply do -s and capital S, and you can see even the scan is done completely. Okay, and there are some various options, guys. Like, if you do nmap -help, you can find out some various options. Like, we'll cover it. I'm not done with the nmap. There are many things that are going to be covered in the nmap, but you can see these are all the stuff. You can see a sin scan. As I told you, these are some flags. You can do an xmas scan. All these are some scans, guys. Okay, so when you are in a real network, as you're all beginners, you might not know it, but if you are working on some real networks, then you might find out some particular scans might not work. Like, the -ss option might not work, this option might not work, but this option might work. Okay, this option might work. So what you need to do, you need to keep on looking for. Okay, yep. Yep, James Bond kind of thing. SSC, and I'm saying that not all the options are available. As you are beginners, you don't need to keep that in mind, but some might be a little bit intermediate or advanced also. So you might not find out your get things done every time. Okay. So, and one more thing we are going to see is dot 132. And one more thing, if you want to try to find out the operating system of this particular machine, you can simply hit hyphen. You can add an option called as -o. Okay, hyphen capital O, and you can see here that the operating system that is running is Linux 2.6.x, right? And even the version as well. Okay, so that is how things get done. And if you want to find out every possible information, then there is some option called as hyphen capital A, right? So it is going to find out the trace route. Okay, like how is the packet transferring from your machine to metasploitable. Okay, it is going to try to find out the OS information. It is try to find out whether this particular machine is vulnerable to any exploit or not. Like, okay, so yep, in the meantime, I look for your questions. You can see it is even looking for whether it is vulnerable to anything or not, or it is trying to find out some more information. Like the computer name is metasploitable. We wouldn't have known that if you are a normal thing. Okay, you can see authentication level, user, okay, the IP address, the trace route, right? And also you can see some extra information like see, hyphen A is doing everything here. Like it is trying to look for the version. Okay. And it is also finding out some information like anonymous FTP login is allowed. Okay. Yep. So yep, you can see it is try, it is like hyphen A is like a god level mode or anything, you can call it anyway. It's like an ultimate option, but it is going to find out every possible thing regarding the system. And you can keep on adding the options, like you can look for timestamps. So like the time it is going to take for, if you keep, like the values range from 1 to 5. So you can, 1 means it will be pretty fast, and as the number increases the value decreases, like the speed decreases. 5 would be fine or 4 would be fine, but 1 is pretty faster. Okay. You can do that, and that is the thing. And you can add some hyphen p hyphen. And there is something, and this particular scan I name this scan as complete scan, because it is going to find out every possible information regarding this IP address. Like we are managing the time here, we are looking for 60 whole 65,535 ports, as well as we are trying to find out the OS information. We are trying to find out the information regarding the services, some extra information regarding services. Okay, so this, as I told you, this is going to take some time, guys, because it is that's the way. So let me hit Control C. And there is something called as reporting. Like let's think you got an IP address over here. Let's think you are doing an nmap scan, and if you want to write down into a report, you can simply do hyphen o capital N. So it is like noting them down, and you can do nmap scan.txt. Let me hit enter. And if you go to your directory, and you can see all the data, all the scan results are being stored in a file over here. Okay. But hyphen a, as I told you, it is a different range, it has a different range over here. So that comes to the end of the nmap, guys. As I told you, these are some biggest topics. So I hope I had given you some clarity over them. There are some various extra topics over there, but you can cover them. Okay, now we'll go to something called as nicto. Okay, so nicto is a vulnerability scanner. So as of now, nmap is like a network scanner. Like we are trying to find out some information regarding an IP address, but nicto is something different. So in nicto, what you can do is you can like you can post a website or URL, and it is going to try to find out some information. So nicto hyphen help, and you can see all the possible options over here. And what you can do is and I forgot to mention, I think so metasploitable is having a website over here, right? So this is a web URL. I'm going to copy this, and nicto, and I'm going to paste the URL, and I'm going to hit enter. I think I have to provide an option here. I think hyphen H, I think so. Okay, so I had provide the URL here, and you can see this particular tool. This is a command line tool, nicto. It is trying to find out the information. Okay. Okay, it is trying to find out some vulnerabilities. okay, like which is related to websites. Like if you look for things like website vulnerabilities, there are something called as OWASP top 10, right? SQL injection, brute forcing, no rate limiting, cross site scripting, remote code execution, broken access control. These are some vulnerabilities. Okay, so this particular tool is looking for all those possible vulnerabilities. Okay, you can simply copy them and you can show them to anyone. Okay, so this is how the things get done. And the one more thing, there are some various vulnerability scanners, guys. So the one I'm going to show you now is Acunetics. See, there are, if you simply type go for uh, see, you can see, if you master how to use these vulnerability scanners, there are some jobs awaiting for you as well. There is some role called as vulnerability assessment. So what you need to do is you get hired in a company and they have their own vulnerability scanner like Acunetics or Nessus. So these are some industry standard. Okay, so they have that. Okay, so they have that, and you get paid for doing this vulnerability scanner. So this is like automated scanning. Okay, and it is going to show you some vulnerabilities. So if you type some vulnerability scanners like Nessus. So Nessus is the industry standard tool. Okay, so this is bit paid. Okay, so the assignment would be, I'll tell you at the end. So it is going to have something related to Nessus, and there is something called as NetSparker. Okay, there is something called as NetSpark. See, Rush Scan, as I told you, there are tons of tools. Okay, the only thing, see, the only time I have to cover the whole ethical some this particular workshop is 4.5 hours. Okay, so I should keep my time managed. Okay, if I have like 20 to 30 hours, I can teach every tool that I know, but that is not possible in this case. Okay, there are tools. See, if you know them, try to do them. Okay, no need to always look for the NetSparker is one more tool. Okay, which does the vulnerability scanning as well. And the one more popular tool is Acunetics, right? So this is also a vulnerability scanner. You can try to look for them. So what I'm going to show is I have Acunetics on my device, so I'll try to show you that. And with that, we'll try to end the section. So let me do something. So all these tools have the trail versions, guys. Try to do them. Okay, try to do them. So here, if you open this tool, it is going to ask you for the URL. Let me paste the URL, or we'll do something. So we'll test this on same website. Okay, I'm pasting the URL over here, and you can hit next, and you can change some options if you want. And you can hit next. Okay, you can hit couple of next and you are done. Okay, so that is how things get done, and even the report is going to be generated regarding that. Okay, so that you can submit this report to anyone, like whether it can be for anyone like your higher authorities or anyone else. Okay, so usage of these tools are pretty simple. You need to have a URL of the website. Okay, so and then you can do the some automated scan, and then you get the report of the particular scan that you had done. Okay, so let me try to do one. It is not working, I think so. We'll try with other host. Okay, I need to select this thing, or we'll do one thing, or some website doesn't allow scanning. Okay, test php. There are some various websites you can try for. Okay, so I'm showing only few over here, but you can have your own. You can do, if you're having your own server, you can do them. Okay, so you can see I'm clicking on that. Now it is now the scanning is going on. Now the scan is going on. You can see the threat level as well, like what are the possible threats. Okay, and yep, even if you provide the password, like let's think if you are the admin of this particular website, if you provide the passwords, then it is going to go to the deeper as well, and it is going to get the information that is more, okay, that is more than expected. So what it is going to do, you can see what are all the threats. Like there is something called as cross-site scripting. These are not these are like website related vulnerabilities. Okay, so all you need is googling vulnerability scanning. How to I'll look for your questions in the meantime, guys. So sir, can you tell me how nmap finds all this information? See, every exchange that is going to happen are in the packet level. So it is going to send a packet with some couple of flags. Okay, like it can be like a sin flag, or it can be like an acknowledgement flag, or anything, any flag like that. And it is going to look for the responses. See, if you send a normal flag like sin flag, and you are going to get a synac flag, right? So that is how the handshake goes over. So if you send a sin flag and you're going to get a synac flag, then that means that the server or the system is having that particular service available, right? So that is how this nmap is going to find out the stuff, like open ports and everything like that. Which one best to tool for vulnerability scanning? As I told you, the best one, there are nothing like best one. Okay, uh, there is nothing like best one. Okay, you can have your own, you can create your own as well, no one restricts. But coming to the industry standard, nessus, acunetics, and netsparker are something industry standard. Okay, there are many more, can cover all them. Okay, so these tools are really simple. As I told you, you can hit on new scan, you need to provide the url and you are done. They does everything for you. Okay, they show you what are all the vulnerabilities that are available. Okay, what are all the files. You can see these are all the files that are available in this particular server. See, this is something like we had used something called as dir search tool in order to find out the information. Okay, you can pause over here. Let's think the report is done. I think you can make a report as well, I think so. If you can, you need to stop the scans and then you can uh, get the report as well. Okay, so coming to your questions, hi sir, I'm facing some issues. See, it is not related to GitHub, I think so. I'm not sure. I'll check them out. No issues. So sorry, here you can hit the report and you are going to get the report of this. Okay, so this is how the report looks like. So you can submit to any officials if you are working on some projects like this. Okay, see, kindly follow the link that is being provided. Okay, hacking include this course. Yes, they are going to be covered tomorrow. How do we change the search engine? You can go to the options and you can do them. Okay, so you can have your questions, guys. I'll be happy to answer them. And this is how the scanning is done. As I told you, scanning is the way you try to find out what are all the vulnerabilities that are available. See, this vulnerability scanning stuff is done by the internal team. Okay, see, as we are the penetration testers or ethical hackers, we come from external parties, so that doesn't allow us to do them. So, but if you go to some companies, like if you take some roles like cyber security engineer or security engineer, so they are having some tasks like this, like they are run some scans like this, like on some daily basis or anything like that. Yeah, OS app is good. We'll discuss them tomorrow. I'll try to show some burp suit stuff as well. Okay, do we have to have any filter? No, you'll get the whole report, Okay, starting from what are most highly threat to low threat. Okay, word plus scanning. See, there is something called as WP scan. You need to simply provide the URL and it is going to be going to do the stuff. Okay, WP scan. The tool name is WP scan. What is the main benefit of using Kali Linux compared to normal Linux? See, in Kali Linux, what we are going to have is all these tools are pre-installed. Okay, and so that is one of the biggest advantage. Like you don't need to waste your time on internet for seeing how to install this tool and that tool. Okay, so that is the reason Kali Linux, ParrotOS, or any hacking distribution is preferable. So any questions? Any more questions? So tomorrow we'll see on we'll cover something on exploitation part. Okay. So and coming to the assignment, so practice all these things. Okay, practice all these things by your own and try to find out the stuff. Okay, you can post them in if possible. See what I looking for the today's assignment is the things all I had shown you. I'm expecting you to do this on your own. Okay, so this is not like I'm showing you and you're doing them. No, it is not like that. You need to do them. So that will be assignment for today. Okay, so try to do all these things if you had noted them down, or else you can do something else. Okay, uh, network manager on WSLC, you can Google them. How many desktops to? What is the contents in the assignment? See, bug bounty is something where you try to find out the bugs or vulnerabilities in some real life web applications. Okay, and if you find out them, then they are going to pay you some money or rewards or anything like that. Assignments, as it is necessary if you want to have your certificate. Okay, even WSL is not so great because I prefer something like Kali Linux in VirtualBox or something like that. So, yep, any more questions? So, today's assignment, try to do them on any, try to practice these things. Okay, and if possible, paste some screenshots and you will be done. And if you are having any doubts or anything like that, okay, uh, you can post it in the community. Okay, so that is how things get solved. And see, if they are too easy, then you are not in the right place. Okay, if you feel something too easy, then you are definitely not in the right place. You need to uh, if you feel this easy, then that means that you know all these and you shouldn't be wasting your time here. You should what you do is you should practice the skills. Okay, if I'm in your place, then I would definitely look for learning practically through the means of like a try hack me hack the box or any capture the flag. Today's notes, I think there is no need of notes, Harish, because this video will be available on YouTube. Okay, so that is like a notes, you can download that if possible, or you can, it will be available on this channel. Hack the box are like you can practice your skills in the hack the box. Okay, bug bounty, it can be covered in a day. Okay, see guys, the time is really limited. Okay, that's the main factor. The main factor between you and me is the time. Okay, so I need to cover as many concepts as I can in the limited time. So you can see some concepts might be getting skipped. You can see some tools getting skipped, but see, Rome can be built in a night, right? So it takes time. So you can do them, you can learn them available that are available freely. Okay, so and also, yep, so I think that is it. You can post your question. Still 4 minutes is there. Okay, I thought to cover a little bit of Metasploit right now, but that is not possible. See, after learning this course, still it is not done yet. But if after learning this, I would recommend you to put your skills in a practical way. Okay, so that is what I would recommend to anyone. Okay, like you can play some live capture the flags, or you can go to bug bounty. Okay, you can do various kinds of stuff. You can apply for some jobs on keeping some skills over that. Okay, desktops, that is not relevant question. I gained access to two labs, so yes, I was practicing while listening. Yep, even that is great, but yep, you are welcome. Yes. So, any more questions or anything like that? Okay. Is it enough? No, I can say no. After this, see, learning and applying is not a way, because while you're applying for something, they look how practically you learn that as well. Okay, so that's where, see, all the things that are covered are not the whole cyber security course. See, if you want to cover cyber security course, you can write. You need to write like hundreds or thousands of book. Okay, you need to, after, the thing that I can recommend is after completion of this boot camp or workshop or anything else, so choose your interest. Okay, it can be in cybersecurity there are some various domains, like digital forensics, bug bounty hunting, penetration testing. Okay, there are many fields. Choose a field, learn on that field, practice your skills, and that's it how you can get stuff. Eligibility list will be declared in. I don't know regarding that. I'll let you know. Yep, it is good. CH practically is good compared to that of EJPT. Any book recommendation? See, guys, personally, I'm not targeting anyone. Personally, I don't read books because books contain the oldest information. But I have some books that I use for my personal reference. But if you want, you can find out almost all the possible information on YouTube or anywhere else. Okay, so I'll take questions quickly. Vulnerability apps for practicing DVWA or anything else. DVWA would cover fine. Metasploitable will cover most of them. If the assignment is not, so can you tell me how to hack Android by injecting a parent Android app by advanced method? See, there is nothing like advanced. Okay, which course? See, don't spam, guys. Don't spam. which course you need to take. As I told you, choose your interest, whether it could be, it depends. Okay, it depends, like it can be digital forensics or anything else. Okay, you can choose any domain that you want to work on, and then you are done. Okay. uh, See, there is no like advanced way. Okay, see, tomorrow, wait, I'll let you know. Tomorrow is the exploitation part, and that would cover like 1 hour, I think so. And at last, I'll give you some ways. Like I had shown you how you can attack, but as a normal person, you need to know how you can protect your accounts from getting hacked. Okay, accounts or your resources from getting compromised. So I'll cover that as well. So, yep, I think so. That's fine. So I'm stopping my screen share, and so I think really thank you guys for staying tuned to me, and I hope that you had learned something new, and also I hope that you some of you might find refreshment to your own or existing skills. So, yep, that is it, guys, for today. We'll meet tomorrow with an exciting new content, and even tomorrow is going to be practical. And I hope you all are going to love tomorrow as well. So, really, thank you, and we'll meet tomorrow. Bye. Take care and good night.